As always, we would love to thank our sponsor, Everclear. Everclear is an advice app where you can get advice from psychics and empaths to get the clarity you need to create the life you deserve. Thank you, Everclear. Hello, this is Lisa Russick.
And Misty Lore.
With the podcast, We Are All Psychic. Hey, it's awesome. Remember us? It's been a while. And look who's back. If you're watching on Spotify, it is Valentino. And hello, Valentino. How are you today?
I'm doing well, ladies. How are you both?
Great. Missy and Valentino just met today, like a second ago. We used to
I know,
man. But Valentino, Misty has a question for you first.
Valentino, do you think that we're all psychic?
Still.
I do.
Nice. Beautiful. Like,
well, tell us why.
Has anything changed as to why?
Well, I mean, when you really think about what is a psychic, right? And are we all psychic? It's sort of like saying, are we all human? Do we all have a hand, right?
Yeah.
It's just a component in our mind that everyone has access to. Some people choose not to access it. The only difference is when we have people who are born psychic, when they say born psychic or born a medium or born a witch, whatever you want to call the energy workers, it's almost like their genetic disposition has been manifested a little stronger at birth. So it's like a muscle in the mind.
Yeah.
And if you have a genetic position for that, like it's sort of like people with tanner skin or people with tall, height, or people with crooked toes or crooked fingers. It's all genetic, right? So if you have a genetic disposition for it, oh my God, you realize I should have used a different example. But yeah, so yeah, if you have the genetic disposition for it, you're going to be born a little stronger or a little more advanced than others. But that doesn't mean somebody who has no experience in that realm can't develop it.
Exactly. I agree with you. And a lot of people in the podcast have said traumas have brought about the abilities coming out so they can protect themselves and stuff when they were younger. And some people had families who are very encouraging towards this because they all work with it, But when I hear about those families, they sound pretty nuts. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I mean, my family, were very discouraging of it at first when I was young. Because, when you're a kid and you start talking about seeing things and then, ghosts. But after enough times of like, oh, let me read your coffee cup real fast. And it's like, how do you know that?
That is great. Yes, I love it. I love it. The little coffee grounds and just like, what? Mm-hmm. You can really divinate with anything if you want to, It's
absolutely.
So listeners and watchers, we're going to talk about Lionsgate today because Lionsgate is August 8th of every year. And the three of us, none of us are experts in this, but I wanted to talk about it because every year I hear about this and the metaphysical community, they get pretty excited. So from what I understand, it goes from July 26th to August 12th, at just about 16 days, I think. And August 8th is the actual Lionsgate day. So where would you like to start with this? What is it for? What is it about, guys? What I understand it's about is that we have this opening in this during Leo season, which is important because Leo is the sun, ruled by the sun, and we are all empowered by Leos. I'm especially empowered by a Leo right now, but we won't talk about my boyfriend right now. But Leo season is like when you can own yourself, own your energy. You're supposed to, and that's also when the Lionsgate opens. Why it's called Lionsgate. Sirius, the star, rises up on the horizon in Egypt, then is what I understand. And on the horizon during this time. So, and lines up perfectly on August 8th with something in Orion's belt. I'm not sure what. But you guys know more? Tell me. Do tell.
It's supposed to really, support your dreams and your visions this time and really open you psychically up, I guess, a little bit more. So if you're not into meditating or if you're just starting to meditate, maybe, this is a good time to try to open up and start manifesting things. It's a big day to manifest. Tomorrow would be.
Yes. Yeah.
I mean, I'm going to
today is August 7th, listeners and watchers, while we're putting it.
Yes. We got to do it on the 8th. We got to get it all possible.
So we're gonna let you know that soon. Yeah.
I was reading about that, manifestation and connecting with your higher self and all. It's also a great time to do cleansings. I'm in a big cleansing period right now myself. So, I had recently just had work done by a couple of naturopaths in Italy. They did what they call radioesthesia, which I think is radioesthesia in English. Not 100% sure, but it's a type of energy work. They use a pendulum and they measure different levels. And they were telling me my levels should be around 9,000, and I'm reading out at 4,000. So they had to do a big cleansing. And right now I'm in the process of clearing out stuff, organizing stuff, and getting rid of it. But the point I wanted to make was we're in the middle of Mercury retrograde right now. Well, the beginning of it.
Good point.
And, when we manifest or start new stuff in Mercury retrograde, it's always, difficult, right? Mm-hmm. And almost impossible. So I always laugh when we think about that. As I was reading about this Lionsgate, it's like manifest, connect, do all these new beginning things. And I'm thinking to myself, well, how does that work with the retrograde?
That's a very good point. I kind of like that you brought that up. I follow an astrologer named Katie Sweetman. I had a reading by her a long time ago. And she explains Mercury retrograde as more of a time to review, as retrogrades is more of a review time. So it is how would you start something when you're reviewing? So maybe you could start reviewing.
Yeah. start something. Yeah.
Or just start getting stuff ready to do something.
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah.
Start
new. Start something new.
But with the retrograde, it's hard to start new stuff because, light bulbs go out and computers don't want to do it for us. And it's a communication, listeners. If you don't know about Mercury, we never talked about Mercury retrograde too much on the podcast. But if you're new and you don't know what we're talking about, Mercury appears to go backward in the sky several times a year, right? And that's what they call the Mercury retrograde. And according to astrologers, at this time, communications can break down, or, texts won't go through, emails won't get received, the postal service might not work, and your fish tickets don't get delivered for the festival, and you just lost out $1,200. That's pretty sad. But they want me to go up there and just show up at the door and get my tickets. I'm I'm not driving 20 hours without tickets. Really. So I'm very sad about this. They won't refund my money, even though I got insurance. I'm very upset about it. Very sad. But anyway, that's something happens during Mercury retrograde, right? Is that not a typical Mercury retrograde kind of thing to happen?
You got it, girl.
The bigger one. Yeah, the bigger one.
It's funny you mentioned lights going out, because I was at Home Depot today and a light bulb smashed. There was a light bulb in a shopping cart and it just fell out and smashed out of the cart. And I was dying laughing because I'm oh, well, they shouldn't have put it there to begin with. But,
that's a weird place for a light bulb. You get in all those slits and holes and stuff. Somebody wasn't thinking too clearly. And that's another thing. Mercury retrograde is communication. So your thinking's kind of slower too. I've been sleepy. I've been really sleepy. And this is supposed to be a really energetic time during Lionsgate. That's a good point. That might be the Mercury retrograde energy.
So one more point I'll make about the Mercury retrograde before we get too lost in it, right, is, how many times do you buy houses and cars and sign paperwork and start new jobs during retrograde? Tons of times. So my advice to anybody is, don't get that anxiety over it, and just, double check, triple check, and proceed as normal. Don't let that make you crazy, because it's really
double check,
to stop, reflect, evaluate. Just like over here, meditation, reflection, but manifestation. And on top of all that, I don't know, the Lionsgate, it's just, I'm really going to try and get this house cleaned for tomorrow.
You've inspired me. I had moved to Nashville, listeners, watchers, if you didn't know, but at this house, I could definitely, I've been talking with one of my roommates about doing it together. So maybe, and if she wants to, we'll do that tomorrow. And maybe if she doesn't want to, I will. That's a great idea, because I wanted to, sage the house with a few different sages. For example, I'll probably take some Palo Santo first, and some mugwort, and then some sage, and then some sweet tail around the sweetgrass around the house, that's what I would do. And then put the tourmaline in the corners, and, and some rose quartz upstairs and some clear quartz downstairs. There's all kinds of fun things you can do. I might do something like that, Valentino. That's a really great idea.
Man, yeah, I think I will too.
Because we need peace in the house here. It's everybody's chaos all the time. And it is, and life is just chaos right now. It kind of feels like. But everybody, it seemed. How about you, Valentino? Has it been chaos kind of for you?
So yes and no. I mean, we had that big hurricane that came through. I'm
Yeah.
on, the northeastern hemisphere here by New York, and so my entire garden was just ravished. It looked like,
Oh,
I had the holy basil. It got smashed up from the stupid wind, and my tomato plants were monstrous. They fell over. The peppers fell over. I'm just like, I harvested a lot, thankfully, got a good balance.
yeah.
But it has been a little chaotic. I'm just trying to do too many things at once, I feel like,
And that's
But
a weird time, like a weird place to hit the storms to hit, So that's
Yeah.
unexpected. Yeah.
But it is what it is. I'm also gonna tomorrow go through with the singing bowl, and I'm gonna while I'm doing the saging, because I do sage Palo Santo. I have the myrrh and frankincense going, and I'm just gonna kind of cleanse every room. But I like to get the noise and the vibration,
Great
because a
idea.
lot of times in our homes the walls are made out of sheetrock, and those sheetrock walls have selenite in them, and that's absorbing everything. So you have to bang and make a lot of noise and vibrate all the walls, the corners, to help pull out vibrate out the discord from the walls. Then open our windows and let the smoke go out. Right. So
I do have singing bowls. Are you going to use a certain pitch? I do have the 432 hertz bowls. But
I don't know what the hertz is, but it's the bowl generally is by the size. So my bowl is about this size that I'm going to use.
10-inch, maybe. Yeah.
Like around this is the circumference of the bowl roughly.
Okay, it's about 10 inches or 8 inches. Yeah. So is it a crystal or is it a metal Tibetan bowl, like one of those?
It's a brass Tibetan bowl.
Brass. I love that. I'm not as good at those as I am with the crystal ones, which is kind of weird. I can't. They're too small.
Yeah.
Yours sounds bigger than a lot of them, I guess. But that's
no. It fits in my hand okay.
Okay.
So it's not too bad.
You can just kind of, listeners, if you ever see those in metaphysical shops, they're like, if you're watching, it's a bowl about the size of your hands or smaller, and you just run a wand around the edges, and just like with a singing bowl, a crystal singing bowl. We'll have to have a podcast about that too. And then we're going to do that eventually, do the music notes and stuff with the bowls and what they all mean and what they can do. Because I've been fascinated. That's a really great idea. I could do it in different rooms according to what the notes are, because that's a part of my study with the singing bowls, is how they affect different parts of the chakras and body and energetic body.
I like that.
Yeah, and what you're saying is like put the energy in get all the bad juju out of this stuff and put in
and let it out.
This beautiful spoken music and note. And, that's beautiful.
Oh, I gotta go get one now.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
I'm gonna have to go get one.
You can just bang a pot as well. I mean, I like using the singing bowl because the singing bowl is harmonious, pretty, it balances things. I mean, but if you want to bang a pot with a wooden spoon around the house too, it achieves the same goal. It's just not as fun.
It's not as fun.
I can do that.
It's not as
I
like
can let out some anger too while I do it.
That's right.
Yeah, that pot.
Yeah, hit your husband on the head once. Just
bring him to each corner of the room, hit him on the head, he'll let a noise out.
Yes.
He'll vibrate the selenite, and
Yes. And be like, it's August 8th.
It's for the vibrating selenite husband.
The Lionsgate portal, please. Just work with me.
Yes.
We're manifesting a new house.
Got that?
I'm manifesting a new husband.
With a new face.
The new face.
No, I'm not that bad.
Well, I guess the Lionsgate can definitely make you have a good time talking about it. That's for sure.
Absolutely. I mean, I'm definitely so I have a whole list of intentions. I do makeshift parchment because I know parchment is one of the most, right, but it's, you go to the grocery store, you get a brown paper bag, that's parchment, right?
Yeah.
That's our modern day parchment for, the economical witch or manifester, however we like to call. And I take a lead pencil because lead is natural. And lead holds power when we put our intentions in it. And I like to kind of write a few intentions down, and I'll always burn the intentions into the fire. Because as we know, when you burn something, it brings life to it. So if we're manifesting and creating, we're going to write in all capital letters as if, your goal has been achieved. If you have to dominate something, you write it in lowercase and then write capitals over it, right? And then use your mind to manifest while you're holding that paper and staring at it. I
love
prefer
it.
sigil. Yeah.
Okay. Awesome.
Then you burn it right.
Who can I dominate? I'm trying to think of who I'd like to dominate.
Well, it could be a situation
I'm just
too.
kidding.
It
I'm
doesn't have
just
to be
kidding.
a person, right?
I get it. Like, yeah, if you want, like, you're in a situation where you feel like you need some control back.
Well,
That's perfect. Yeah.
for example, you just said you have roommates, right? So you could literally dominate the house, right? And you could
Yes,
write
and
the
I do
address of
know the
the house.
house's name. The house has told me its name. And from what I understand about houses and naming, this is a little off topic. My friend Akasha told me this, I think. If you name, or maybe I just read it, but if your house will tell you its name, then you do have like where you can work with it. And you can't ever say the name. You can't write it down. You can't tell it to anyone. So they have to kind of figure it out without saying it. And they can't say it out loud and you confirm it. So I can't tell anybody the name of this house.
Oh,
It's like
I've never heard that
magic of
before.
it. If you know the house's name, then you have kind of like, I'll work with that too. Yeah.
Nice.
So what did it come to you when?
Yep.
when
I asked Eric. I was telling Eric about how my condo told me its name. And I say, you just ask it. And I said, why don't you ask? And he's like, I did. And I said, did you hear a name? And I heard a name. And he said, no. And I was just like, I so I don't know.
Okay,
That's awesome.
It is.
I'm going to name my house.
You can just name them. You're just ask it, and the first thing that pops into my head is usually what it is, you know. And like if you move into a place, you can get to know your house that way. And when you leave, you can say goodbye to it, and you know, let the name go with it, you know. So it's kind of neat, yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
awesome.
Huh.
It's
I
kind of
guess it's never too late, right?
Yeah, yeah. And I found that works really well. Like in my old house on College Street, I had that house had a name, and Misty, that house was falling down every time it rained, and I would work with the name of that house and herbs and stuff, and asking the wind and the rain not to flood the house. But when I moved out, within 15 days, like the floors were falling in and stuff, is what I heard. So, and the oven broke, and it was like stuff that was hanging on, with I thought I was holding the house together with magic. I don't know if it was true or not, but it sure felt like it,
I think you were.
Sure sounds like it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That might have been, and that was around the Lionsgate time. That was in an August period when I, around 2021. A lot did change for me during a Lionsgate period, actually.
Sure did.
Yeah. I got a divorce during the Lionsgate period, or got separated at that time. So that's kind of interesting. And that's a new beginning for sure. It was my choice. So yeah. Can you guys think back to any times like in the summer, late summer or something where you might have had something happen?
Mm-hmm.
You can, Misty? Like what?
Well, I remember in August around the 8th. And the only reason why I remember this is because one of my best friends died of breast cancer, but we were having a conversation about it around this time, and she found the lumps in her breast. And so that to me represents that was going to be a change too,
Yes, a beginning.
She died a few months later, but that was kind of the beginning of the end of it, I don't mean to be negative, but that's
that's true.
That's why I remember that date specifically, because that's when we would go to the beach, when school was.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So
it's so sad. I'm sorry to hear that.
Thank you.
She had a beautiful story about this friend. Is this the birds?
Oh gosh.
Yeah, she told this story on the podcast years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Her friend was afraid of birds and hated them.
Terrified.
And then when she did pass,
she was terrified of birds. I mean, they just freaked her out altogether. And she would run into birds throughout her whole sickness. Yeah. They would come up to the window and stare at her in her bedroom. And she would get so freaked out. And I used to laugh at her and tell her that that's her mother watching over her. And when she died, it was around between 12 and 1 o'clock in the morning. And the coronary came, and they didn't get there till probably about 2:30. Anyway, as soon as they opened the door, the woman came in to announce that she was dead or whatever. All you could hear were thousands of birds. I mean, it was like they were taking over the whole town. I mean, it was thousands of them, and all you could hear were these birds. And she walked in, and she was like, "Do y'all hear that?" And we were like, "How can you not?" And she was like, wow. Birds don't chirp at night. And we were like, "You're right, they don't." But I was like, that was her way of us letting us know that she was okay and she was, at peace was, the birds,
And just
But
amazed by
love
that. It's like almost like she was telling you,
Yeah.
me, I hear that and I'm like, she's like, hey, there's nothing to be scared of. Look at, I control all these birds. I can make them do now.
I know. She's like, I am the birds now.
I've always wanted a blackbird or a crow, right? Because they're so intelligent. They have the intelligence of maybe a 7-year-old child. But the thing that I saw that was awesome was the black crows understand value, right? So they actually will see that you value money and they'll go snatch up bills and coins.
Yes,
and they'll bring it back for food, and you can feed the crow and they'll bring you money. Yeah, you can train them. It's so funny. So I always think I need to get a crow or a blackbird from my yard. You know what I mean? I don't have any, but if anyone flies in, I'm going to be real nice to them, right? But the thing I'll bring up about birds, which is so funny because there's all these synchronicities popping up right now. Yesterday, I went to the store and there was this big dumpster and there was literally like 5 or 6. I don't know if they were blackbirds or crows, but they were enormous. And they weren't vultures. They were crows or blackbirds. And they were just back and forth. And I've never seen a colony of them like that. Like 5, 6 of them at one spot, right? And so my assistant, Faye, she did this astrology reading for me. She's learning astrology and she's doing an amazing job. But she's telling me, come 2025, you're going to lose someone very special to you. You're going to have a big move and, all these plans that I've laid out, right? And so the someone special I feel like is going to be my cat. But seeing these birds yesterday, I feel like it might be sooner than later. So who knows, right?
5? Are you sure there are 5?
Well, like 5 or 6. I don't remember the exact number.
The interesting counting crows really does work. And 5 is a successful transaction.
Oh, okay, good.
Interestingly, 6 is love. It has something to do with love, I think. But usually the one crow by itself is the bad luck. And the rest of them, I think the 11 crows is like something miraculous.
Yeah.
But that 5 I always remember because that's when I learned about counting crows. And I had just met Akasha, our friend Akasha in Decatur. And she's a witch and she had a witch shop. And I just met her and we had a really good exchange of gifts to each other when we met and like getting to know each other. And I got home and I saw 5 crows in the yard. And I went in, I looked up my little list and I was like, successful transaction. And it was because I got these lotions from her and she got some stuff from, it was like, and I made a friend, but we got to know each other better. So I thought that was kind of interesting. But then another time, I remember what 6 is. 6 is wealth and gold. Because I saw on the Republican building in Decatur, that big yellow building, Misty, there were 6 crows sitting on top of it one time in like a perfect ring, like a purple half circle.
Oh, wow.
Like a little laurel over the building. And as a 6 was wealth and gold. And I thought that was funny because that was the Republican Party's headquarters in Decatur, Yeah. That's what they care about is wealth and gold. Mostly that's fiscal. The Republicans are conservative fiscally. So I thought that was
That's my destiny number as well in numerology.
6?
Yeah.
Oh, destiny. Oh, that's so wonderful. So you have to spread love, right?
So here's a funny story, right? So around this time in August, probably, I don't know, 12 years ago, I had been unemployed. I bought the book of numerology. A good friend of mine goes, Sylvia Brown predicted the next Antichrist, right? And I'm like, yeah, whatever, F that. I'm the next Antichrist, whatever. I don't believe it. So I go home, I'm sipping on some wine, and I'm doing the numerology. I'm like, birthday, 6. Okay, let me do my name, 6. Then I'm like, I wonder what my address is. 6. Yes. I'm like, I'm the next Antichrist.
666. It's actually the next female empowered woman. That's you. Well,
I don't know about female, but
from what I understand, 666 is like a Lesbos. It's from the island of Lesbos, and it was a powerful woman number for women. Yeah.
Oh, how fun! That must be where Lesbos. So in I think Greek it's Lesbos. In Italian, lesbica. And obviously in English is lesbian. So
and the island of Lesbos was outside in ancient Greece, and that's where all the women went to live. And that's what it is where the term comes from, lesbians and stuff, because they got away from all the men. They had an island ruled by women, and they lived there and for a long time. And men couldn't visit except when they had to, I guess, have babies or something. I don't know. I guess I can't remember all of it. It was a long time ago. I learned about it.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So the only other thing
Very.
about Lionsgate that really stood out to me was that the eights or also the infinity symbol. A lot of people talk about that,
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I thought that was interesting too. And
Yeah.
for me, eight's always been a leadership number, or like taking control of your life more than you know, or control over yourself or something like that, or having a job. Like being good at something, owning a job or a business or something. So
Yeah, I agree.
a lot of people do manifest money around this time. So
I'm
I would
going
guess,
to.
yeah, that's what I'll try to. I guess. Peace.
Right there with you.
We're gonna do a peace around the house and money.
Yes. Join us, please.
Missy's like, don't ask.
Let's bring the $500 bill back. All right. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I like that idea. Let's do that.
Right in my pocket.
We'll manifest. Bring it back to $500 bill. You heard it here first from Valentino. It's happening. It's a prediction.
So, I've been studying, I don't know if we spoke last time on the Gateway Project, right?
Yes.
It's that CIA project to work with mind and enlightenment, higher consciousness. So if you read the notes on the CIA project, they talk about the absolute. It's when you exit the hologram, which is what they say we're living in right now, and you go into the absolute, right? And the absolute is an infinity, a number 8.
Oh, yes.
So
we also use that. Okay.
Right. And so that's where you're supposed to go to manifest. So I'm going to pop into my Gateway Absolute CD. It's wave 8, number 8, or the last track on wave 8, which is the last wave I know of.
That's
and I'm
awesome.
going to maybe start doing that tonight and tomorrow. Manifest the money, manifest the success, but also bring in healing energy. I think right now with Lionsgate coming, I think everyone who wants to utilize Lionsgate should really light a white candle, put out some glass of water by the window, and put out some positive vibes for healing and wellness. Because, so many people are suffering fiscally. So many people are suffering emotionally, health-wise right now. It's a tough place in the world everywhere. The stock market just went down like big time the other day, I think, right?
Bitcoin did. Yep.
We need to really get together, bond together, and like maybe send out a great message for hope and healing and positivity. That's what that's the motto of my company, make people the best versions of themselves. And I try to promote that everywhere with everyone. So everyone, if you're listening, with that Lionsgate Infinity manifestation, let's manifest some healing for the world, give back a little bit. Because when we give back, we get so much more in abundance.
We sure do.
Back. And it's surprises, because it's like, it's like, I wanted this and I got like this times 10. It's like, wow,
Yes, I love it.
I have big plans for my money.
Tell me about it.
A lot of people.
I have big plans for my peace of mind.
No, I do. I've got big plans. I'm going to help so many people. So that's my goal too. It's just to help people and be aware and realize that we all are psychic and we can manifest these things and we can have these things and we can be
have
happy.
Better lives. We can be happy with ourselves is the most important.
Yeah. And love ourselves. So many people don't love themselves anymore. And it's just so sad. Need to be like that. Everybody needs to love themselves so they can love others.
And there would be peace everywhere if people were at peace with themselves, I think.
Yes.
So I love what you said, Valentino. That was well said. And Valentino is the owner of Seer Sensitives, which is, I want to tell them about Seer Sensitives, where they can find out about you.
Yeah. So Seer Sensitives is a spiritual life coaching company. We focus on all aspects of spirituality and life coaching to help the clients become the best versions of themselves. We're found at www.seersensitives.us. That's SEERSENSITIVES.us. And what we do is, we utilize mediumship, clairvoyance, herbalism, numerology, astrology, human design, Reiki, chakra work, any type of modality of spirituality to help people create success plans. So whether it's you just want to talk and say, my life sucks, or I'm sad, or I need a friend, or if you want to create a success plan and get a package with us, we can create that for you. And we help people achieve goals they never thought were possible. And along the way, we track your success, we modify your plan, and we make you the best version of you. Well, we don't make you. You're already the best version.
You do it.
Right? You do it. We help you realize that and help you manifest and actualize the best version of you.
I love it. That's awesome.
I love that so much. Cool. And I just think that's great. And I've talked to a couple of your advisors, and they're just wonderful. And I think I would like you. Usually, I'd ask you for advice, but you just gave beautiful advice in that last thing you just said. I couldn't say it any better.
Thank you,
Misty. You have anything else for us? Any last words of wisdom and love?
You know what? I just
Money.
I said, get out your candles, get out your sage, and manifest, manifest, manifest.
And enjoy the new beginnings that you bring into
Yes.
life. So
Valentino,
again,
August 8th.
August 8th, today or tomorrow, whenever the 8th is, this is probably going to be posted on the 8th.
Yes.
It will be posted definitely by the 8th.
Yes.
Triple check, we're in retrograde.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Something might happen. I better not say that.
Yeah.
And lastly, Valentino, thank you so much for coming back. I love it when you come on the show, and I hope you come back again and again and again.
And again.
I am more than happy to. Thank you both so much. And Misty, it was such a pleasure meeting with you today. You have great energy. Thank you.
She does. We both do. This has been wonderful. And thank you, listeners and watchers. As always, we love you.
Thank you. We do love you.
Go manifest your lives of dreams and have a wonderful day. Peace out.
Bye.
Bye.